Finally, the wait is over. The moment you didn't know you were waiting for is here. Presenting DeviantArt Eclipse. It's here, and it's here to stay. Alright, so we're going to jump right into this video. Today we're going to be talking about DeviantArt Eclipse, the pros and the cons, and we are just going to jump into the meat of it. We're going to tear it apart, we're going to build it up, and we're going to see what it's all about. So, as you can see here on the main screen, there's a bunch of tabs, so ignore those and just focus on this tab that we have up in our faces. So DeviantArt, for a variety of reasons, is going to be committing to this new site called DeviantArt Eclipse, and so we're going to be talking about why and also the pros and cons of it. So why is DeviantArt switching? So DeviantArt is switching to DeviantArt Eclipse for what I gather, two different reasons, two main reasons. The first reason is that DeviantArt has been bought out by Wix, which is a website builder. I'm sure all of you guys have probably already heard about it. So Wix has bought out DeviantArt. For all of you that are familiar with kind of, websites and building interactive type of stuff, the internet used to run majorly on Flash, and Adobe has decided to discontinue Flash. So this is the second reason. Since Adobe Flash will not be run on websites anymore, they're going to be using, mainly HTML5 elements. Then a lot of sites are having to change. They're having to change their, let's just say, back-end coding of things. So they're making all these changes. They have a new owner, so they decided to, make DeviantArt Eclipse official. Before it was a beta, I was using it on beta, and I didn't really know how I felt about it. But today we are going to discuss everything about it. So first, let's take a little journey around this website. We're going to go through all the main things that make up DeviantArt. Okay, so first you have your main page, and as you expect, you're going to be seeing lots of anime, lots of furries, lots of DeviantArt specific things. You know what I mean? If you've been on DeviantArt before, you know what I mean. Okay, so, you got your main page. That's cool. Let's go ahead and see what else you have up here. So on this dashboard, you have your home. That's where we're kind of at. You have this recommended for you. You have your deviants that you watch. You have the popular topics and daily deviations. Okay, so that's kind of like basically your portal to viewing all the artwork. Okay, and then if you click on more, then you can go to the shop where you can get like commission type stuff, prints. You can go to your groups, and you can go to the forum. And now the forum still seems to be in the old DeviantArt style format, and we can just go ahead and click on that, I guess, just to show you. And so nothing here has changed at all. Still like the basic type stuff. You have a search feature, which you can just search DeviantArt for specific kinds of artwork. So let's say you're interested in like Sonic. I know DeviantArt is known for a lot of Sonic artwork, right? You can just go ahead and search that. So again, not really any changes here. Right now you can still switch to the old site. I think sometime in May they're going to make the official switch and you will not be able to go back to the old site, but this is the button that you want to click if you want to see the old site. These are all your messages. So messages in here, they change your notifications to be live notifications. Right, so as people are commenting and interacting with your stuff, it is going to pop up with new information. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on my profile, because this is where things kind of get interesting. We get to explore a little bit. Okay, so this looks, radically different, but still the same kind of elements. Okay, and then of course you have your submit button, and you can still submit all your kinds of posts that you would want to. So that's all for the quick tour. Now let's get into the pros and the cons of this new DeviantArt. So right off the bat, personally I think it looks a little bit more slick. I think it looks a little bit more modern. The green was a little bit outdated. I kind of like what they did with the actual artist profiles. When you come to them, they're a little bit more focus in on the art, almost like ArtStation. If you've been on ArtStation, this is kind of how ArtStation looks in a little bit. So I really like that portion of it and that aspect of it. It seems to be more focused on the artwork now. So even look at this, okay? You have a banner, you can upload any kind of artwork for this banner, and it's going to, you know, display in this very large, full quality size, and it looks great. You know, if you go to your favorite artist webpage and you see that banner, you know, that kind of encourages you and inspires you to check out the rest of their gallery and maybe become a watcher. So I really like that change, how, you know, it seems to be more focused on the art content, and so I like that. You can change this. You can have like a featured gallery, you can have your latest gallery, you know, whatever you want to be scrolling up top, and you can also delete it, which is again really cool. So it's still customizable like before, and they actually made it easier to move this stuff around. So I'm not going to delete this because I do want this here. But let's just go down to this, for example. You can have a spotlight, meaning you can highlight a specific photo that you want to, which is really cool, and you don't even have to be a core member. But let's talk about this customization a little bit. So they just made it a little bit easier to arrange stuff. You can see this arrow button right here, and you can just click it, and it's just going to move it down. So now it's down here, and what was below it becomes, above it. Okay, so it's very simple. It's easy to rearrange your content, and add sections and add more content and really showcase your artwork the way you want to. And of course, you could have done this in the old DeviantArt as well. However, if you were not a core member, you were limited to a lot of these options, and you still are limited, but personally, I think this looks way better for just an artist profile. One thing that I do not like about the new format of this is this section right here, the about section. It looks very boring, looks very plain. There's no avatar to show, the artist, and I think it needs that. It used to have that before. It would show an avatar, actually in the bio, and I think that's really cool to have. However, one thing that I did like is that you have now the option to add all your social media, and they give you nice little icons. So what I did here, you don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to go through and find little thumbnail artworks and make the links. They're gonna have the option for you, so that's another pro. All right, kind of scrolling down here, this is something that's a con for the profile section, and that is when you just want to make a post, make a post about like a video you just created or some text. I just think that it looks it's not customizable anymore. So before, when you posted a thumbnail of your YouTube video, it would embed that YouTube video, and you could click play right there in the post. Now I have to like paste a picture of the thumbnail that he created, and then you have to click on this first, and then you can actually see the content, and you can click on the link. So I hope they fix that in terms of making these posts look a little bit more friendly to interact with. But that's literally the only downside that I have of this new look, of this new Eclipse look. Everything else, I think it works very smooth. I think it's very focused on the art, and you still have all your sections that you would want, such as your watchers, how many people you're watching, what groups you're a part of, what groups you are managing. I think it looks good. You still have your comment section, and you can still modify all of this. So I think it looks really good. For those of you that are kind of like, I don't really like the new look, they actually give you some options of what you can do. So you can change between this dark mode and this light theme, which turns everything to white, and then you can also switch to the old green theme, and it kind of looks like the old DeviantArt look. It changes it back to those green colors. So if that was your thing and that's what you like, you still have that option. I don't think they're going to get rid of that, and that's how you go about doing it. Okay, so another section that's very important for DeviantArt art users is the groups. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on the groups. Let's click on a group that I currently help manage, and again, you guys can always join this. It's just for comic book artists to come here, chat, find resources. It's not meant to be like this really involved type of thing. It's just like a resource for people to come in, get some comic making techniques, find artist interviews, reach out to other artists. Okay, so from what it looks like, they have not changed how DeviantArt groups work, and I don't know if they're going to change that in the future, but until I get more information, maybe you guys can leave a comment down below if you know what's going to be happening with the DeviantArt groups. But currently they are still here. Hopefully they remain, because again, this is a very essential part of DeviantArt. The fact that you can group up with other artists, you can invite people in, you can work on certain kinds of artworks, and you can connect with each other. So hopefully this is not something that goes away, and if it does, that is going to be a very, very, very big con, and you better believe I'll be making another video about that. Okay, so the last thing that I want to show in terms of features for DeviantArt is that you can create a portfolio out of a folder in your gallery. So right now, my featured gallery, I created a portfolio, right? And there's two things I can do. Once I sync a folder, everything that's in this folder, all these images, they're going to show up in my portfolio. So what you need to do is you go to your name, you go to your portfolio, and you click on the either edit icon or the view icon. So when you click the view icon, it's going to take you to a website, okay, that builds a portfolio based on your gallery. So the reason that this is huge is that you can post whatever you want to DeviantArt, and you don't have to direct clients or potential employers to it. You can point them to a professional looking website that's not DeviantArt, that showcases your artwork for whatever job it is that you're applying for. So if it's character design, you can show off your character design. It's a sleek design, kind of like ArtStation has for their portfolio. And then when you scroll down, you have an About Me section, and all this stuff is editable. It's a Wix website. Again, Wix is taking over DeviantArt, so you can edit all of the content within this website. So I think that is a really cool bonus feature, and so I really like how DeviantArt is trying to take that step to make it more professional, because before it's definitely amateurish, and a lot of people were stepping away from it to go to ArtStation because of that, and they wanted a professional looking portfolio. Now I think in DeviantArt you kind of have the best of both worlds. So let me know what you guys think of the new DeviantArt Eclipse. What are some issues that you're running into, and tell me what you would think about it. I definitely don't think it's perfect, but again, I'm still exploring all the features that it has, and I'm excited about some parts of it. So we'll see how it goes. Make sure to check out my Making Comics group and join that. Until next time, peace and love, y'all, and deuces.